Hello and welcome back to the Making the Radio Cut blog. I'm Michelle, and first of all, I would like to apologize for the break in content as I've been fighting computer viruses for the last 3 weeks, but I've bought a Mac. Life is good now, and on the phone with us today, we have Kelsey Webb, the co-host of the WNCI Morning Zoo from Columbus, Ohio. What made you pursue a career in radio?
Actually, I had no idea that radio would be so much fun. I never even considered it. I was a journalism major, and my only goal in life was to be an actress when I was little. So putting that together, I think that journalism plus acting is just exactly what I do every day on the air. I use my journalism skills for news and acting for anything from jumping out of a plane to being really mean to Jimmy even when I'm not mad at him, and being really nice to Jimmy even when I hate him. So I've been able to use my skills, and I just got the job, and I got interested through a man who was just bringing me along for an internship, and I thought, this is just awesome. I can't believe that I never thought of it. It's so much fun, and it's all about laughter every day, which is amazing to have a job like that.
So how did you kind of morph from being the overnight board op person to being on the Morning Zoo at WNCI?
Okay, this is a good story, Michelle. I was just the overnighter. I got the email saying that the girl before me was leaving the job. And, of course, I thought, oh, yeah, they'd laugh at me if I tried for this job. I have no experience. And the more I thought about it, I said, let me get aggressive. And I had never been aggressive about anything in my life before. I'm kind of shy and insecure. So I thought that this job was so up my alley that I actually got the guts to go up to Dave and Jimmy and ask them to take me seriously and have an interview with me. Well, it took 3 months for them to even take me to lunch, and they interviewed me, and then they started letting me try out for the show. I tried out for the show for 3 additional months while they brought other girls in from around the country and wined and dined them at night. They never, ever took me out to dinner or anything like that. So they wined and dined them, and I would have to sit there and watch them try out for these shows. And finally, they gave in and thought, maybe we can't do any better. And they gave me the job on August 19, 2005. I'll never forget the day. It was one of the best moments of my life.
So describe your role in the Clear Channel cluster down there now. What do you do on a daily basis?
Okay, well, it's kind of interesting because in Columbus, it's totally different what I do here compared to what our show does on the syndicated end. In Columbus, I get here about 4:45 in the morning, and I start to write the news. I do a news update every 30 minutes from 5:30 until 9. But our other stations were syndicated on 7 other stations in Ohio, Kentucky, and Pennsylvania, and our other stations don't hear the news or anything like that, so to them I'm just a female personality. So I get the news together. We're very aware of the clock the whole time, so certain breaks we talk about Columbus, other breaks are generic when people in Kentucky and Pennsylvania can hear us. We do the show until 10 a.m. here in Columbus, and then after that we have a meeting. We plan the next day's show, and I'm also the guest booker for our show, so I'll write emails to publicists and agents, whoever Dave and Jimmy want to talk to, and keep in touch with them, and hopefully get some big names on our show. Typically leave the show in the building about noon, and then I have the rest of the day to myself. I usually go sleep for 3 hours, get up. We sometimes have nightly events, but it's a crazy schedule. But having that daytime to yourself is pretty fun when everyone else is at work and you can go to the dentist and the post office and the mall.
And since you mentioned you write news, when I was a freshman here at Westminster, our professors made it pretty clear that Titan Radio was hardcore into the local news. And I had a hard time getting into that because during my internship, I had done nothing with the news department at all. So I constantly found myself telling myself this, and you can ask one of the kids that worked up here in the summer with me. I was like, Kelsey does this. If she can do it, I should enjoy doing this too.
Aw, that's so nice.
So some mornings, it was kind of hard for me to find stuff that was newsworthy in New Wilmington. Do you have any news gathering tips?
Well, I'm very lucky in our building, in our cluster, we have a news radio station. So I'm allowed to take any of their local stuff that they cover and use it for my own news updates. So that's awesome. And then we also have a wire system that brings up everything that's going on nationally. But again, it's all about local. You always want to lead with local. And the way that I get into it is I watch the news every night, So I feel like, oh yeah, I heard that on the news last night, and then it resonates. I watch the nightly news, I watch local news, and I guess I keep on top of it on a daily basis. So then I'm interested. I want to know what happens with the story. I want to follow through and hear what the resolution was, or what happened to that criminal, or what's going on in Columbus this weekend. All of that is exciting to me. And before, it wasn't. I never turned on the news, but I've really grown to love being aware of what's going around in the community and around the world.